Back in October. Good luck to Alexander. Well done. God bless you. Happy New Year!
What's good? I'm back again, the biggest hater in the sport of boxing. Yo, real quick, just got done. I woke up 3 a.m. I don't know, someone told me to study Canelo, study Crawford. Crawford about to beat the shit out of Canelo Alverez. I'm letting y'all know right now, he about to beat the brakes off of Canelo Alverez. Yes, he is.
And those are the words of Timothy Desert Storm, ESPN Bradley, as he's saying that Terence Crawford is about to beat the brakes off Canelo Alverez. Yes, he is 100% guaranteed, and let me counterpunch. I think, people, that Terence Crawford beating the brakes off of Canelo Alverez is a very bold statement based on size, okay? However, let me do this. We all got carried away with size. We've always been too infatuated with size, okay? Now, sometimes yes, then sometimes no. But lately, last year, 2024, we've learned that size really doesn't be all and end all. We look at the Alexander Usyk, Tyson Fury 1. We look at the Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk 2, right? And we see that size didn't really matter when it came down to those guys, okay? But that's just one example. Timothy Bradley stating that Terence Crawford's going to beat the brakes off of Canelo Alvarez. I think that's dangerous based off of, that just sounds like a beating. That sounds like a beatdown. That sounds like a one-sided ass whooping. That's what that sounds like to me. And when we've seen Terence Crawford turn up, we've seen him turn up, we've seen him show up, we've seen him show out. We've seen all that about him, with him, two other guys that he didn't supposed to beat. Like, actually, Jeff Horn. People thought he was too small. Sean Porter, Errol Spence, Victor Postol, when he went to 140 from 135, right? Now, we've seen him do all of this. But then you ask yourself this question, okay? How would you see Terence Crawford doing that to someone with the savvy, with the experience, with the punching power, with the counter-punching abilities of Canelo Alvarez? You know what I mean? Like, listen, sometimes you may say, and people may make or prove you wrong time and time and time again. But at some point, you have to say, nah, that ain't going to happen. I don't see Terence Crawford beating the brakes off of Canelo Alvarez. If we see that type of fight and we see Terence Crawford beat the brakes off of Canelo Alvarez like he says, we're probably looking at one of the best fighters ever to lace up the gloves, because for him to go from 150, for 135, 140, 140, 147, 147, 154, 154 to 168. Bro, let me tell you something. And then do the same thing, the same whooping he had. He's one of the best that ever done it. He's up there with Sugar Ray Robinson. It's Sugar Ray Robinson. It's Terence Crawford. Then you got Muhammad Ali. Then you got those guys. They're all up there. And Terence Crawford has just ascended like them. But is that likely to happen? No. However, I'll say this. Could Terence Crawford beat Canelo Alvarez? In a boxing match? Sure he could. He has the Eddie-like arms. He has 74-inch reach, has long arms for a guy that short, just like Lara did. And I think Terence Crawford still has the legs, unlike Lara, but Lara had the legs when he fought Canelo, and Canelo couldn't deal with him. Canelo wailed to the body out of desperation because he couldn't get anything else going. Could Terence Crawford fight Canelo like that and win a fight? Yes and no. Morally, yeah, he could beat Canelo Alvarez because Canelo can't move his feet like that. But will he win a fight like that against someone like Canelo, against Nevada or wherever it's at? More than likely it'll be in Nevada or California. No, he won't win a decision boxing, or should I say outboxing Canelo Alvarez. It won't work. He may outland Canelo by 150 points. They will still give it to Canelo because there is no way in Hades Terence Crawford is going to win a fight in a Mexican abled crowd like that. Okay, a Mexican influenced crowd that Mexicans believe in going toe to toe and going to the body and fighting in a phone booth. There's no way in Hades that Terence Crawford's going to win a decision just outboxing Canelo Alvarez. It's not going to work unless he goes in the trenches and he goes and slip shots and just take it to Canelo, like kind of something like Floyd did. But Floyd is only Floyd for a reason. Okay, I don't see that happening. This is what I see. I see Terence Crawford could outbox Canelo Alvarez because Canelo won't cut off the ring anyway. He's not a Pedro Angulo. He's not that guy. Okay, he's not Alfredo Angulo. That's his name, but they call him Pedro. He's not that guy. He's not a Julio Cesar Chavez. He's not a Yori Boy Campas. He's not a Orlando Salido. He is not going to go in there and cut the ring off on Terence Crawford. He won't do that. That's not what he does. His thing is to lure guys in so he can catch you with his own counterpunching abilities, which he does so well. But if he can't catch you with those and you sit out there and you box him from the outside on a pure boxing level intellect, he will have problems with you. So can Terence Crawford win a fight? Yeah, technically he could. Officially, he would never. Again, they won't give a pure boxer a decision win over someone like Canelo Alvarez. They will label him as running. They will label him as a mover. They will label him as a coward. They will label him anything they need to label him as long as he stays on the outside and boxes. Okay? But what Timothy Bradley's talking about, we all know he's a fan of Bud Crawford. We all know that they both reign together in the ESPN stable. We know that those guys are close knit. So Timothy Bradley is supposed to say that. However, he is not a part of ESPN anymore. Now you could argue, well, that's probably he's saying that and it has nothing to do with ESPN. It has everything to do with ESPN because that's where he started. Because a lot of times you are familiar with the people that are in your stable and that's who you stick with. That's who you click with. That's just like Sean Porter and Deontay Wilder will always be tight because they started with Al Heyman and PBC and Showtime and Fox. Okay, they have that history together. Same for Timothy Bradley and Terence Crawford. Okay. But yeah, Terence Crawford, if he can do what Timothy Bradley said he's going to do, he would be one of the best of all time. Do I see that happening? No, because that punching power that Canelo has developed up there at 168 is fierce, and it's something that Terence Crawford has never had before. Now, if he can take it and take that licking and keep on ticking, we may see one bad mofo. But I don't think so. But you guys tell me what you think of Timothy Bradley stating that Terence Crawford will beat the brakes off of Canelo Alvarez. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been counterpunching.